Well, big week, obviously. Benfica sandwiched with the Scottish Cup quarter-final against Hibs. We get the job done. It was a scrappy game. We looked leggy, but again, everybody's putting in a shift. And from a personal point of view, the hardest part of that game was listening to this unsufferable menace, Michael Stewart. My days. This guy is an embarrassment to himself, honestly.
It was an absolutely class game to watch. Like, even from a neutral's point of view, and it was completely wasted with Greg Stewart. I mean, let's be honest, it's about as stonewall a penalty as you're going to see. He spent about 10 minutes moaning or trying to figure out an excuse as to how it wasn't a penalty, and then he tried to, obviously for the Hibs, second red card again, spending 5 minutes trying to, justify the reason why it wasn't a red card. Listen, at the end of the day, we knew it was going to be scrappy. Coming into this game, when you looked at the starting lineup and there was no changes, we knew we were going to be leggy, because I was surprised as Andy that we made absolutely no changes, because, well, let's be honest, in the second half of the Benfica game during the week, we looked puffed out, and at the end of the day,
and you've got that travelling as well, when you're away from home in Europe, obviously you're travelling, so the players are obviously they're never going to be fully recovered, so it was surprising to see that he never made any changes. Obviously it must just be, to be honest, we're pretty thin. You look at the bench, we're pretty thin.
We've got fucking two more injuries to deal with now.
I know, this is a big concern for me, honestly. Sterling as well, who's doing a really good job at that right, obviously does great to win the penalty. I think the guy is flying, honestly, and then to see him go down with a hamstring, hopefully it's nothing too bad, but when they go down with a hamstring, it's never good.
He's probably the player of that team, other than the likes of Lundstrom or Butland, that I wanted to see injured the least, because see, we knew that if he's out for a long time, that's at least a couple of games we're going to be missing him, where a player who, let's be honest, adds to the depth of about 4 or 5 positions within the team. Like,
it's not that as well. It's new. You're going back to McCausland too. Has done really well. Obviously, a young boy coming in and helping out the team when we've needed him. But it's chalk and cheese really when you think you're comparing McCausland to Sterling, two completely different players. For this Benfica game, I would much prefer, honestly, despite it not being his natural position, to have Sterling out in the right, because he's just a big powerhouse. He's a complete physical presence on that park. He's much more, what would I say, I would say he's much more reliable, to be honest. I mean, he seems to be that his level doesn't dip below a certain point, where I think we've seen maybe over the last couple of weeks or two, McCausland, his levels maybe slipped, which again is pretty acceptable, honestly, for a young boy. But
for me, McCausland, a lot of the time it's his off the ball, like, positional awareness that kind of frustrates me, but at the same time, like, he does bring energy to the team.
Oh, definitely.
But again, as you said, it's much more preferable that we have a more reliable option there. And what I will say is, as well, going to the other side of the park, I think Big Silva playing off the left hand side's fucking outstanding.
It's working. It certainly is working. Actually, I think he's more naturally either like a winger or sitting off the striker. I think he's more suited to that. He wants to be involved in the play, in the link-up play. He's no like a Dessers who wants to sit in front of the sticks. But I think we are really just missing that clinicalness up top. Whenever the ball comes to Dessers and he's got a chance, you're no confident whatsoever that he's going to take it. And I think Thursday night it's got to be critical that we're no wasteful in front of goals, because I think we'll all get chances. But again, it's going to be a different story once again on Thursday night compared to today's game.
It's good seeing, like, having a player like Silva on that left hand side, because again, it's another game where you've got the frustration of the fact that you've got Dessers, who seems to be getting himself in right good positions, but again, that instinct for goal scoring just isn't there. He's taking the ball on too much, taking too many touches. He's chopping, then chopping back, then chopping again to get a shot away for goal. And there he had a chance in there, the ball got swung into him, and he was completely in the wrong position, and he ended up managing to dummy what would have been a tap in for me. And I know we gave Dessers a lot of stick on this channel, whether folk agree with it or disagree with it. But at the end of the day, when you look at it all round, like he's not the striker that we need at all. And in my opinion,
but the thing is, he's got goals, but what we're more concerned about is how many chances in between the goals.
It's the chances between the goals, and the fact that like his performances are so like hot and cold, like, but not even in terms of game to game, like literally minute by minute,
chance to chance.
I've never seen the MD like be so hot and cold, chance to chance.
Obviously, that one where he gets away from the boy, he uses his body well to shoulder him. That's when he should get the shot off, and he decides, makes the wrong decision, chops back, cuts the angle off for himself, and then obviously Marshall makes the save at the front post. Just decisions like that that just need to be better. Again, like, with nobody else to fall back on, he's ultimately going to be playing up top on Thursday with Silva out on the left, no doubt. But another thing as well, I think Diamande looked really poor. He looked very, very tired. You could see he was very fatigued, and it was causing him to make mistakes. And I'm really surprised that he never got brought off sooner. And by the looks of him on the park, I don't see how he's going to make it to Thursday's game. To be honest, he might be a passenger if he starts on Thursday.
Say a lot about like maybe Clement's trust in the likes of Jack or Raskin, because I know, like, obviously Jack's been in and out the team, seen as maybe like a backup player, but the likes of Raskin, who I feel like when you seen him at the start when he first came into the club, you thought this boy's going to be a regular starter, no doubt, to having to sign another centre mid who's just come in the door with no pre-season. And just start every single game. He's completely gubbed.
Well, he obviously thinks either Raskin's not the level, or he's just not the level right now because he was injured, obviously. But I was expecting more for Raskin. Hopefully, we can see him get back in the team, get back involved, and can he up his level again? Because I think there was glimpses of him being a player, but even at the end of sort of last season, he started to taper off a bit and look a bit less than when he first came in the door and was talking about the big ambitions about going to the Premier League. Again, it's we're coming obviously to the crunch point of the season. You've really seen it today. That's the leggiest I've seen the team, and obviously that would be expected. That it's been a bunch of tough fixtures, you know what I mean?
And injury after injury, we're sitting with a bench where I said to you before, I don't really know where there's no much depth.
No.
There's nobody you look at on that bench and you thought to yourself, like, there's a game changer there's a game changer there. Matondo's in there, brings a bit of pace out wide, but again, it's his first game back after injury.
The problem with the bench right now is that there's alright quality on it, but they're all going to be rusty because the whole bench is almost like just back for injury, more or less, you know what I mean? Or they've hardly kicked the ball, so they're just not up to that level. They're not up to the level where you can throw them in to a sort of a game against Benfica. But look, we're going to need to rely on everybody to sort of show up, and that means the players, the crowd, everything to go our way. Obviously, very good result during the week. Again, a good result today. I mean, things are going well, and it's a big game that I'm looking forward to on Thursday.
For like a tired team, like going into a game like at Easter Road, where let's be honest, it was scrappy, it was feisty. A lot of the times you'd see
against a dirty Hibs team who were trying to kick you up and down.
Let's be honest, like when they tackles started flying in, like I fully blame that red card. Not fully, but I blame a large portion of that second Hibs red card, that bad challenge. Was it against Lundstrom?
Aye.
I fully blame that in the ref because there was far too many fouls before that were getting let go, and it all started to kind of get me a feisty throughout the game. And eventually, I mean, I'm glad it was Hibs that lost the heat before us. I would expect us not to get drawn into that kind of stuff, but I'm glad it was Hibs that lost the heat, and obviously that second red card for me completely justified. There was a debate. I mean, there's no debate. It was Michael Stewart who was basically saying he didn't really see the opponent being endangered, but at the end of the day, he was off the ground. Both his legs were straight. It's about as straight red as you're going to see.
Look, the guy doesn't connect too much with Lundstrom, which in this case is really fortunate because if he does connect, which he's trying to absolutely do Lundstrom there.
Yeah, he's went in. Lundstrom.
I mean, he's went in, he's known what he's set out to do. He's went in 2-footed, studs up, very, very dangerous challenge. Like that's the sort of the most dangerous challenge that you can do in football. You know what I mean?
Regardless,
and we're lucky he never went through Lundstrom, or it would have probably been a broken leg or something.
100%.
So even if he's no connected with him much. It's the intent behind the challenge that gets you in that case, and I think it's absolutely a clear and obvious sending off.
100%. But other than that, like, it's mental when you look back at the start of the season to see us, even though we're gassed out, we're still been in there and challenging for what I know the Europa League's a stretch, but challenging in what 3 other competitions, having already won a competition. The fact we're chasing a treble.
Well, the mentality is now that we're out there to win every game, and it doesn't matter whether it's in the league, the Scottish Cup, the Europa League, doesn't matter what opposition it is, we've got that momentum behind us, we're back, we can feel it, the confidence, we go in there even when we are tired, even when our backs are against the wall, we puff our chest out, we're Glasgow Rangers, we show up, we're there to win, we're there to dominate if we can, but even if we need to get it done dirty, we'll do that as well. So roll on Thursday and let's get to the semi-finals of the Scottish Cup, quarter-finals of the blooming Europa League, and obviously the league will run its course.
Right, so let us know in the comments what you thought about that game, what you thought about this video, and our opinions on the game. Remember, the BlueSea channel memberships are in the description, the link to that's next to our socials. Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Also, please let us know in the comments how you feel about Michael Stewart. Give your opinion on him, rate him 1 out of 10, how good is his commentary? Let us know, and we'll see you next time.